Black Fig appears during storms. This happened when I was about 14 years and 5 months old. I was staying in my grandmother's house whilst my parents were on holiday. It was about November, 2009, and in the south of England the weather is normally very wet and cold with a lot of storms. A couple of months earlier I had been in my grandmother's kitchen which faced the back garden. It had been raining very hard. It was just starting to slowly stop and it was at about 5:30 in the evening. I was cooking dinner for my grandmother, as it was my turn and I had been staying round for a couple days. I looked out of the window to see if the rain had stopped and this black figure of a man about 6 feet tall walked by. It had its collar on the raincoat that it was wearing up and I couldn't see its face at all, it was just a black figure. I stood frozen in the kitchen, scared. It then went out of view and I ran to tell my grandmother about it. She said that she had had many experiences of it and had named it Henry. I was a little shocked about this fact but I plucked up the courage to continue cooking. That was my very first encounter. Back to that night, I was up in my uncle's old bedroom which was in the attic. The actual attic was separated into two parts with a mini hallway in between, one room for a bedroom and the other as an actual attic. Neither had doors on. It was a very stormy night with high winds and heavy rain. This was about 10:30 at night. I heard footsteps up the stairs and, thinking it was my grandmother checking up on me, I shouted "Nan." There was no answer and this black figure appeared in the doorway and it looked exactly like Henry but I wasn't sure. I then screamed "Nan" as I was very scared and it vanished but I heard footsteps going down the stairs. My grandmother then came into the room wearing a white nightgown. I asked my friend that lived down the road if he had experienced anything like it that night and he had, but with one difference. He had a door and before the figure appeared the door opened and after it disappeared it closed.